Folks, hello and welcome to Tavern Chat. I'm your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR. And today I thought I would go over some sandbox settings. And um, probably the classic. And when you see Best Electrum Seller for Blackmarsh, it's a bit of a misnomer. Why is it only Electrum? Because it used to be pay what you want. Now it's free. You only get sales ranking for products that actually sell at a price. So if you are free, you're not going to get a sales ranking. But if you go to the website over here on drive through, you will see that Blackmarsh has 96 ratings. Okay? 96. It's got a 4.4 overall score. It is by far probably the best value you're going to find on drive through. But why is it so great? When I came back to gaming, it was to play D&D next. When I say came back to gaming, back to a group using a VTT and voice. I had come back. I was using Fantasy Grounds and text. That was fine, but there's something about voice that just brings it to the next level. And we were playing D&D next, and our GM, Greg Christopher, brought together a great group, but he burned out on running D&D next. D&D next is 5e. And if you're an old school gamer and you don't like 5e, that's fine. I'm not crazy about it. But the playtest was very frustrating because they would change the rules almost every other week. So when the reins were handed to me to take over GMing, and I hadn't done it at that time in like 15 years, I said, all right, I'm going to run a sandbox, and I'm going to run it with AD&D 1A/Osric. And I used Rob Conley's Blackmarsh. Now, a few minutes ago, I was playing in a playtest of one of Rob Conley's next products. He's an excellent DM. He's highly imaginative. His maps are amazing. If you want to experience Bat in the Attic / Rob Conley, you want to do it for free. If you want to see how somebody who is highly inspired by the classic Judges Guild products, somebody who's done the maps for the Wilderlands, amazing digital maps. If you haven't scoffed them and you are a fan of the classic Judges Guild stuff, scoff them up, grab them. Blackmarsh is free. It is $6.99, $7 in print. Ridiculous. If you are placing a print order for anything at drive-thru, I strongly recommend picking up Blackmarsh. The highlights to Blackmarsh. It's a complete, ready-to-run setting for your campaign. It can be run as its own setting or as an expansion of your existing world. I do believe that Blackmarsh will match up to those early setting books, those micro settings, those mini settings. It was like 4 settings in a book. I forget what the name. They called them. It's a Goodman Games product from a number of years ago. Rob wrote them and did the maps. I believe Blackmarsh fits on one of the edges of one of those maps. Contained in Blackmarsh are 17 geographical entries, 78 described locales, 1 detailed town, Castle Blackmarsh. Each entry provides 1 or more adventure hooks to use in your campaign. Think about it. When you are running a sandbox, often you don't want more than just hints. You want adventure hooks. A little hook tells you where your players are possibly going to go for the next session. Running a sandbox isn't just as easy or simple as letting your players run rampant. They have to almost, sometimes it helps if they telegraph where they intend to go so you can properly prepare. I'm good at improvising. Blackmarsh gives you enough to run with. We had a fun time. And for somebody who's coming back to GMing for the first time in over a dozen years, I think close to 15, it served an admirable job. And again, the cost is stupid cheap. Now, the new product from James Mishler. And if you don't know James Mishler is another person who is inspired by the classic Judges Guild products. I actually posted about this on the blog today. So, Isle of Elldisor, Hexcrawl Campaign, Encyclopedia, and Gazetteer. Sorry. Oh, jeez. Whereas Rob's Blackmarsh, I believe, is about 2 dozen pages, about 24. This comes in at 76. It's also got maps that are keyed, unkeyed, hexed, unhexed. Um, it's also got a price of $15 in PDF. It's not cheap, but those $15 give you a world. It gives you a flexible world, and it's got history. It's got gods. It has myths, and it has 156 major settlements, strongholds, ruins, lairs, new monsters, and Appendix N. And this is interesting. I haven't gone over this completely. I have to do a review of this probably in the next couple of weeks. A complete Hexcrawl exploration procedure to determine encounters and the discovery of minor ruins and settlements. In other words, things that aren't on the map. And that's where the fun of discovery comes from. Now, if I had properly planned this out, Inkwell Designs has encounter cards or location cards, many dungeon cards where it's a plain card. You can shuffle the deck and you can pull out a dungeon map of about, I don't know, anywhere from 3 to 5, 7 rooms. Got a basic description. I've run with that. I've actually generated an adventure for use a couple of years ago when we were playing at a local game store at Long Island, and I got the GMing reins handed into my lap shortly after Swords and Wizardry Light came out. And these cards are great. So that would work great with one of these Hexcrawls. Your players find a ruin, boom, you pull it up. The problem with Hexcrawls, and I got to do a more in-depth Hexcrawl sandbox video presentation at some point. Maybe I got to pull on a guest that really understands how to run them. Everybody has a little bit of a different flavor to it, different feel for how they run it. But it's important to be able to improvise. And a lot of times that's difficult for a new DM. But if you have tools that allow you to improvise, allow you to think stuff up, sometimes it's just, give me 10 minutes, everybody take a smoke break or go down to the corner store and grab some snacks. I gotta take a dump, whatever. You can often come up with enough. But you already have a seed, a map. If you're an experienced DM, it's likely all you need. So it was exciting to play with Rob today. I think this is the third or fourth session we've had on his current adventure. We'll wrap it up, and on either next Monday or the week after that. We don't follow the normal path that most players follow because we're a very special group. God bless Rob. He's got a lot of patience running us. But I gotta say, I really do enjoy adventures that have that freedom or a setting that has that freedom. Kind of the reason why I want to, for my next campaign that I want to run using RuneQuest Glorantha and set up, the initial adventure. You set the players out and you put them on a course, but where they go from there, it's going to be on them, and you need good setting material. Both of these choices that I've shown you today, both Blackmarsh by Rob Conley, Isle of Elldisor by James Mishler, are great choices. I'm going to put links in the description of this video. They will be affiliate links. And if you go to Rob's, obviously it costs nothing. I get paid nothing. If you go to James's and you pick it up, I do get paid something. But if you make another purchase with Rob stuff, listen, this all comes back to the tavern. We're going to do another giveaway at 1,500 subscribers. I think we're at 1165. So we're getting there. Other than that, folks, seriously, God bless you all. You've all been great comments on the videos. Really enjoy the discussion. Listen, we're still in the midst of the world of the pandemic. I know it's affecting convention attendance, mask mandates and vax mandates and all that stuff. on an individual level, I don't care what you do. I am vaxxed. I am boosted. Rach is vaxxed. She is boosted. However, if you are not vaxxed, if you're not at that point and you haven't spoken to a medical professional to get their opinion, I suggest you do so. Right? Ignore the talking heads on TV and all that. Now, the loud people in the community like, you got it. No. Talk to a professional. I'm not a professional. I'm not giving you advice as to what to do aside from talking to a professional. Other than that, be safe, be well, God bless, roll those dice, and God willing, I'll be back again tomorrow. Wednesday, we shall have a special guest on. It'll be a Kiwi. Somebody from the other side of the pond, not just the other, not across from the pond, the other side of the world. So it'll be fun. It'll be interesting. I don't know if we need subtitles. Wait, I'm in New York. You might need subtitles for me. I don't know. But looking forward to it. That will be Wednesday, 8 p.m. Bad Mike and I with a special guest on Talking Crit. All right, folks.